What is going on, guys? It is NT here, back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a rundown of my new track called Red Dragon. If you haven't listened to it already, card will pop up right here. You can go and listen to that, or you can go check out the link in the description. It will be there as well. So, what a rundown is I basically show you the ins and outs of my tracks, how I made it, what I used, how much time it took, all of that beautiful stuff. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, the first thing that I have here, and you hear very prominently throughout the track, which is more specifically in the intro, the build up, and the second build up, is this thing.
Who are you?
I'm sorry. Which is basically a sample that I took from an anime. And I basically just put it in the track and I built my track around that because I had the inspiration from one of my friends who just kept sending me the same fucking clip over and over, and I said, you know what? Fuck it, I'll make a song out of it. So that's basically what happened. I took that and then this beautiful brainchild came out of my hands and I just went on with it. Now, the worst part about this is that you probably saw the notification twice. The first time, it was because one of the main bases, or actually the main base in the drop, was a bit too low, so you couldn't even hear it. And I just spent the last hour remaking the entire track. It went actually faster this time because I already knew what I was doing, and it took me like 33 hours before, which is like a span of almost 2.5 days, I think. Is that how long it took me? Yeah. I'm good in math, okay? um, yeah, it took me almost 33 hours to complete, and when I heard that, I didn't want to let those 33 hours go to waste, so I just remade the whole entire track from start to finish, almost not changing anything except for like one part in the drop. But other than that, the whole song is completely the same. Same uplifters, same downlifters, same effects, everything. So, anyways, so yeah, like I said, oh god, the return of the Soya, oh my god. Anyways, like I said, this is the main sample inside of the track. I ripped it from High School DxD, and I'll leave the video which I took this from down in the description below. So, right here, to start us off, I actually put a bit of foley right here. So there's this, which is some static, and then there's like some shower curtains going through. And the place I got that is actually a Cold Pandoran pack right here, which has a bunch of foley. And then just when the track starts, I actually have 3 impacts. So I have the first impact here, which is this. Then I have Extra Terra kind of reverb clap. Then I have a crash, which I actually added some delay on myself right here. And yeah, these two, actually all of these come from a very deep subfolder, which has all of these here. So there's that, and then there's that, and then there's a crash right here. So that's where that comes from. It's an Extra Terra pack. And then it just starts off right here. And then right here I have hi-hats, which are in the background. This is a trick that I use from Arcade, which is another FL Studio producer on YouTube. And what he does is that he turns down the dry and the wetness. Well, he turns up the wetness, and like that, the hi-hats are kind of in the background. And as I use in all of my tracks, pretty much, I use the triple hi-hat combo, which is 2 closed and 1 open. Just basic dubstep rhythm. And then over here, I have some rides, which is one ride, which is a 707 ride, which is just an FL Studio preset, and then the 909, which basically just gives it a rhythm that makes it kind of groovy instead of just having like you have two rides and then one. so it goes like this. And then yeah, I have that running throughout this part, and then over here, the build-up starts. So the kick comes in, and I have some downlifters, which are actually uplifters, because I reversed them. And I actually made them extend because usually they're just like 2-3 bars long. Now the way I did this is I actually put it into stretch mode. When you put it in stretch mode, you can move it however you want. It doesn't actually matter, but and the pitch doesn't change, but if you put it in resample, then the pitch changes depending on how long it is. So this I wish I knew way before. So yeah, I have these here, which just starts going, and then over here I have this, and then there's this nice fill, the tom fill right here, which I used in my previous track, Reaper's Curse, right here. This is just a fill that I did manually with some, again, from the Co-Pandorum pack, which just had some toms right here, and I boosted their audio because it wasn't very loud, so I just turned it up to the max. And then you have this fill right there, and then the drop comes in. So what I did for the drop was very simple. I took the first, this is the initial growl that you hear. And this is an over preset. Actually, all of my basses are over presets because I didn't feel like doing sound design because fuck you. And I actually changed the LFO here a bit. Because before it was like, it had a notch, kind of. It was kind of like this. But yeah, then I just changed it. And it gave this. So that's the initial growl. Then for the main bass, which was the one that wasn't loud enough, it's this nice metallic bass, again, over preset. And then you have the ending growl. Which is just an over preset again. And I'll get to the fourth patch later. So yeah, this is just a drop right here. And the sub is just a triple oscillator patch. That's basically all it is. I didn't break my head over that. And then we had the kick and snare. And for the snare, I actually layered 2 snares. The first snare sounds like this. And then the second one. So both of them together sound really good. And I have the hi-hats, the rides. I have a pad as well, which I forgot to mention. I have a pad in the build-up as well. Then to make my drops sound full, just crowd effects, and then you have the sidechain over here. Now the way I sidechained really simple. I just named a channel named Sidechain, and I just put Fruity Balance on it, and I routed everything that I wanted to be sidechained onto the channel. And I just made an animation clip with Fruity Balance and blah 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 blah. Sidechain. Then here I have some really simple down filters, down lifters. I never knew how to pronounce that shit. Okay, impacts. There, let's say that. Which just gives the drop like a. Give me 3 seconds. Just gives it like that. Instead of like being dry between the transitions, it gives it like a nice transient. And then here I have that other fill again. And then over here again, kind of like a copy of the first drop, but just reversed. So like the first part of the drop is the second, and the second is the first. And then here I have again a part of the sample, not all of it, because I trimmed it. And I put it over here. And then here you have a little automation clip to make it kind of fade in.
That is correct.
Because I kind of cut it in the middle of a sentence, so it didn't sound that good. Yeah, then you have the pads, kicks, all that stuff. Then over here I have the tom fill again. and then you have that little triple click thing. Why I did that? Don't ask me, I just felt like doing it. And then here, again, there's just another drop, but there's a different rhythm of it, which is the fourth patch that I mentioned earlier, right here. So, that's the fourth patch. And then I have the tom fill right here. And by the way, the fourth patch is also a Nova preset. And then just the drop, downlifters, uplifters, and then the track is finished. So for the mixing and mastering, really simple. All I did was I took some I took a Fruity DEQ, I took out the low end, and then I added some OTT. Except for the last one, because it really did not need OTT, trust me. It was saturated enough as it is. And then, yeah, it's basically all I did. And also for the sample, I added a bit of reverb. And in case you guys wonder how I do the visualizers, there's a plugin in FL Studio called ZGame Editor Visualizer, and you can, you know, do your own visualizer, add the effects you want, add everything that you want. So that's basically it. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure to leave it a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.